93.7 The Beat.
93.7 The Beat. H-Town's real hip hop and R&B. Rolling out 10 joints in a row. What's that? It's Devi Dev. I'm so excited because I have somebody who I've been loving for years sitting right in front of me. It started my love affair with Foolish, and it's led to this day. I got Ashanti in the studio.
Hey girl. How you doing?
I'm good. It's so good to have you in Houston.
Thank you. Good to be in H-Town.
You know, I heard tonight that you have like this very exclusive kind of gig where you're like performing just for billionaires. How does somebody get you to come do something private for them?
It was fairly simple. He reached out to, was it my agent or my attorney? I think my agent. And the attorneys worked the deal out, and I was like, hey, H-Town. But I'm excited, though. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really, really dope,
So is that like, you know, I'm not going to be all in your pockets, but is that like, listen, I'll do 2 songs for $1 million? Is it like that?
Listen, we're not in Dubai. We're in Houston.
Hey, we got that oil money out here.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Are you going to get any time to kind of hang out in the city, or do you got to rush back?
I wish I could hang out. I'm actually flying out for All-Star in the morning. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in and out.
You know, I just saw some pictures of you from Super Bowl.
Okay.
With a certain somebody, and I got very happy. Because I was like,
yeah?
Listen, I'm ready for you to have that baby. I'm ready for you to pop out a little Nelly.
Oh my gosh!
And make the love story complete.
I did have a baby, and I popped it out. The name is Braveheart.
Yes,
it's available on iTunes right now for pre-order.
And does she get to? She gets before the world March 4th, right? That's
yes.
the date. Okay.
Yes. She gets to see the world March 4th.
You know what I've really respected, you know, I won't dig too deep with him, but I've really respected how you always were able to keep your relationship so private in a world where people cannot do that. Because these guys were together like 9.5 years. That's a very long time.
9.5 years is a long time.
What's the secret to just being able to like maintain that balance between focusing on your career and making people view your career, but not necessarily the personal stuff?
I think it's important to focus, for you to be focused on your career, so that when you come into the room, you know what you want people to focus on. You know what I mean? Right. And I think that it's good to kind of show a little something here, a little something there, but it's good to kind of keep a little bit of your personal life personal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you keep that sacred for you and that person. So.
Oh, well, you guys did a great job of that, because we were all like, so are they or aren't they? Well, it's been 10 years. They must be.
Oh, my gosh. Uh-oh.
So let's talk about the new album, Braveheart. What does the title mean for you?
At this moment in my life, you know, it's about being brave. It's about being vulnerable. I haven't put an album out since 2008. So I think nowadays with social networks, social media, people want to know what's going on. You know, yeah. I've had a very public... We're just talking about relationships and things like, you know, I've been in the public with a person, and you know, this album came from me writing about real life experiences and going through things, you know, good, bad, or indifferent, and I think that's why people connect with me, because I'm honest. You know, when I write my records, they come from a sincere place, and I think that's why, like you said, you know, we started our relationship on Foolish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's something that is it makes me very grateful. Like, that's a blessing for me, you know, to feel like people really connect with me because of the records that I write, because I really do write from a sincere place. So this album is just about being brave and not being scared to talk about what it is and what's going on and what's happening, because this era is like, it's me, you know what I mean? It's my own record label, Written Entertainment. You know, this is the first project off of the label, and I put a lot into it. I really did, you know, and again, it's just coming from such a sincere place.
I was in high school at the time when Foolish came out, and I was going to school in LA, and I was on the phone with my homegirl, and I was listening to Power 106, and I had my little pink boombox radio plugged into the bathroom, and I'm like doing my hair, and that song came on, and I was like, turn the radio on, girl, do you hear this? And we were just like, play it again, and we kept calling the station. I promise you, like, can you play that record again?
Oh my God.
But I hadn't heard anything like that, so it was just such like a dope, soulful, you know, just really like, who can't relate to records like that?
Right.
And I think that's what a lot of, especially women, feel when they listen to you. It's like you have these records where you just, how can you not feel that or remember a moment in time, you know?
Wow, that is big. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you.
So on this album, kind of, you know, who are some of the people that you worked with, and is there anyone that you missed out on working with that you were trying to get?
I work with so many different people. Like, I've been recording for a long time. Just recently is when we kind of picked the hottest 15 records that we ended up with on the album. I recorded like 60, you know.
Wow.
So, but who made it? LT Hutton, Mansour, oh my gosh.
Rick Ross.
What's his name? Propane. Oh, Propane.
Propane
Ross.
from H-Town?
Yeah, he's from H-Town, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shout out to Propane, yeah.
There's so
Jeremiah.
many. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if we're talking about producers or artists or both. Jeremiah, Ross, French Montana, TT Must, Beanie Man. I kind of went all over the place, you know, and I'm so happy and I'm so ecstatic because, again, the records, they're deep, they're meaningful, and they have merit, you know what I mean? I think music kind of, you know, it changed a lot, and things go in cycles, and I think that, you know, we were bouncing real fast for a minute, you know, with not a lot of merit in records, you know what I mean? And now I feel like with my album, I'm just giving an option for something else, you know what I'm saying? And from records like Scars to Runaway to Never Should Have, you know, to Count, like, these records kind of, they mean something. So after you finish listening, you walk away with a message, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like, you know, that's why I'm really excited about it. And I just can't wait for people to hear it. I really can.
You know, you talked about not having come out with an album since 2008. How does that change as an artist? Because, like, for instance, music has changed so dramatically in the way we consume it, and, like, especially the past 4 years. So does that change your plan of how you want to roll this out, or does it change, I guess, what your priorities are in putting your records out?
It does. Even now, as we speak, there are so many things I wish I had more time to do and complete before the album actually drops, but it's a visual world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People want to see what's going on. That's why Instagram is so popular, and you have to put your pictures up, and you have to post videos and behind the scenes and things like that, because people want to feel a part, you know? They want to see that visual immediately, and it's like, okay, you hear a record, and maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, you're on to the next. So it's like you gotta keep putting out content, you know, you gotta keep just reinventing it, you gotta keep feeding the source, I guess. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's true. And
it's gotta be frustrating as an artist.
Oh my gosh. For me, in the situation that I'm in, kind of handling everything on my own on both sides of the spectrum, it is extremely hard. It is so hard. But, you know, you get into the studio, you make a record, and you're able to connect with someone and possibly help change someone's life by lyrics. You know what I mean? So it makes it worth it. You know, when you finish and you start something and you complete it and it's successful, even in the way of touching someone, that's an amazing feeling. You know what I mean? So
how do you feel pressure to put your personal life on public blast, like with your Instagram and with your Twitter, and I guess keep people abreast of the things that are going on that are non-music?
You know what? I'm a very subliminal person. I can say something and it'll have 1,000 different meanings. You never will know. Some people that know me will take it and understand where I'm going, but that's one thing that that I actually like about myself. If I don't say so myself. But you know, I think it's important to kind of put things out there and let things be known a little bit, you know, and not really divulge and just completely reveal every internal thing about yourself, because I feel like as an artist you still have to keep a little mystique. You still have to keep, you know.
Do you keep it, you know, kind of plugged into what other people are working on, like other females and like in your genre?
I do. I don't go looking for it, but I appreciate it. You know, if B comes out with something, or if Alicia comes out with something, or if Brandy or Keisha or whoever, you know, I'm always like, okay, girl power. You know what I mean? Because we all know at the end of the day, it's kind of a man's world. You know what I mean? In this music industry, and it's hard. You know, and even though it shouldn't be. Okay. But I feel like as young female artists, I feel like we would get so much further if there was a little bit more camaraderie. You know, if we kind of supported each other a little bit more. I think we all kind of are happy to see each other in our own small ways or whatever. But for me personally, I'm happy when I see another female doing it, you know, after working so hard in this industry and being successful.
Is it possible to be fans of each other?
I think so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did you listen to the new Beyonce album?
I didn't get a chance to hear the whole thing. I like Drunken Love though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kanye just did a remix to it too, where he like brought out a new position, like he's like reverse cowgirl, cowgirl. I was like, oh Lord, everybody's singing along to questionable things. So are you working with Ja Rule anytime soon?
You know what? We spoke on the phone not too long ago, and it's a possibility.
Really?
You know, our chemistry is like so undeniable, and it's just it's so easy when we're in the studio. You know, so I think we both kind of want to do something. It's about the timing, you know, to make something happen.
Ja Rule really, I mean, people nowadays don't really realize how much magic he had. I mean, it was like, my God. I went to a concert a couple weeks ago, and he was performing, and he did all his old hits. And I'm sitting there like,
people forget.
Oh my God.
People forget. Listen, Ja can do a show by himself for an hour and keep the crowd rocking the whole time.
Right. A minimum of an hour.
Right.
And he would still have records he didn't do.
Exactly. And that's what people forget, you know? Like, we came up in an era, even he was out way before me, but us together, we came in an era where, you know, I couldn't have it on Smash. I'm just gonna be honest. You know what I mean?
No,
we had
that's
huge,
a fact.
we had huge records, and I'm just so humbled and so grateful to have had that experience, you know, in music and in my life, just personally being able to experience that. And today, you know, I was at a rehearsal in Atlanta. This was last year, I think, and one of my radio guys was with me, and he was like, "Oh, I forgot about this song."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you forget, you know, but it's great to have a fan base that remembers and that will remind people what it is, what it was, what it will be. You know, so as far as, you know, me and Ja, we've made history together. You know, we broke records. Our chemistry is like undeniable. So, you know, we'll probably see some.
I would love that. I would love that. What about Lloyd? I want you guys to work together again too.
Oh, Lottie Dottie. I haven't spoken to him in a while. I think I'm not sure, he might be overseas. But that's another one. You know, it's easy for me and Lloyd, you know, to kind of get in the studio and do something. That song, what did we do, Southside?
Oh, I used to love Southside.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's what everybody says. Oh, I used to love Southside.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, but again, you know, once you do things, you know, we were a family. And once you do records together and you have chemistry and, you know, you have success, I don't think it's hard to go back to that.
Yeah.
You just checked out Devi Dev and Ashanti on Houston's real hip hop and R&B station, 93.7 The Beat.